Okie doke. Testing. I have no idea if this is going to work. Oh, God. And if you guys could see, you could see this little hackneyed setup I've created here. Oh, God. Just so that I could, oh, God, I hope you guys are seeing me. Hello. Anyway, welcome to the first edition of Manuela's Makeup Tips and Music. I don't even know if you can hear that music in the background. I've got probably the craziest collection of music you guys will ever hear. So, why am I here? Because, my dear friends, lots of you have asked me to talk to you about eyebrows. And as you can see, I currently only have one eyebrow on. Okay, so I'm just going to do this little test here. If you notice, okay, does that side of my face not look finished? Looks complete, right? Oh, hello, Sadie. Oh, God, if the dog jumps up here, this whole setup I got is just going to go to shit. Okay, just stay down there like a good dog. Okay, now the other half, back to this. Other half of the face doesn't look done, does it? Just doesn't look finished. And the reason that I always think for that is that I think of the eyebrows as like the frame for our eyes. Okay, I don't like this song. I don't think I like that either. Nope. Drum solo, no. Oh, God, no. Okay, that'll do. I don't even know if you could hear that last bit of music, but you had everything from Middle Eastern to country to chanson d'amour mixed in there. Okay, so as I was saying, the eyebrow I tend to see as like the frame, like a picture frame, okay? So without something bounding the top of your eye, it just sort of recedes into no man's land. It's like you don't have anywhere to focus. Oh, now we also have the cats in here too. This could get interesting. So it's also one of the easiest ways to change your appearance. Changing the thickness, the shape, the angle. Oh, I guess I should put it down so you can see me, right? Changing all of those things will drastically change the shape of your face. For example, I'm just going to do a little thing here. So for example, you know how Spock had the upturned eye thing, right? Well, look how drastically my face changes when I do this. Okay? See, all of a sudden I look kind of ticked off. I look mad, right? If I pull it down, okay? Well, it's also pulling my eye, but as soon as you pull the outside corner of your brow down, it makes you look kind of sad, sleepy. So what is the ideal shape for a brow? Now, there's any countless shapes and combinations in terms of, I'll do a thinner one if I'm doing more of a 1920s vibe. Today I've sort of got like a bit of a retro hair thing going, a bit of a 1950s with the hairband and a little flip. So I did a brow that was pretty classic. But regardless of how thick or how thin you do your brow, there are a few rules. And I tried to put this in print on my blog, and it was damn near impossible to try to explain it. So I thought this would be easier. Basically, take any... This music's bugging me. Just a sec. I don't like it. What do we got? Okay. It's club. Maybe. Sounds like it might be sad. Sad. Okay. So, what you want to do, take a pencil, take a brush, anything that's sort of straight and long handled, okay? I think next time I do this, I'm going to have to arrange a mirror here instead of over here because I want to keep talking to the mirror, but then you can't see what I'm doing. If you were to line up this, you're going to see, and I hope, I'm doing this after the fact, so hopefully, I actually followed my own rules because I draw my brows freehand. I'm not doing what I'm about to show you. These are just general guidelines. Okay. If you were to line up with the outside edge of your nostril, if you were to line that up and take that in a straight line, aha, look at that. It actually does line up. You will notice that the very tip of this lines up exactly with where this brow starts. Okay? You see that? Okay? So that's the point that it should start. So just for the sake of discussion, I'm going to put a little dot at that point, okay? Okay, so I'm going to match that up over here. So basically, at that point here, that is where my brow will start when I draw that one on, okay? The arch of the brows, that's something that people are often asking, like, you know, how do you know where the arch is? Well, this is really simple. And the arch is the single highest point on the brow bone, okay? Now, if I've done it correctly, and we'll see if I have or not in a second, this should be right here, because that's the highest point before it starts to drop down. That should be the highest point lining up at the edge of this pencil. And this is how you do that. Line up, edge of your nose again, outside edge of your pupil, okay? The outside edge of the iris, actually, the colored portion, which in my case is green. Okay, you want to line that up, and, oh, check it out. You lined it right over top, and look at where that took me. It took me to the highest point on the brow, okay? So you've got a start point, and you've got a high point. So I'm going to do the exact same thing on this side, just an illustration. Oh, my dog is scratching at the door to go out. You're going to have to wait, Sadie. Okay, so on this side, okay, that would put me right there, right? So I'm going to put a little dot there, okay? So I've got where it starts, I've got the high point. Then, where does it end? Okay? If you look on this side, you line up the edge of your nose again, and the outside corner of your eye, and check it out, okay? That's how far out it should go to the side. That lines up. So same thing on this side. Okay, that would take me to there. Dot. Okay. Other thing you now want to do, because remember how I was messing around earlier showing you that if your outside of your brow is high, you look kind of startled. If it's down, you look sad. If the inside is down low, look at that. Oh God, that's scary. You just look mean, right? So what you want to now make sure is that this line and this dot here and this dot here are the same height. So what I mean, for example, let's see, yeah, if I line it up, okay, I'm lining that up across. See how that's in a straight line across? Okay, that means it's starting at the same height as it ends. Actually, it's a touch low on this side, so I'd probably wipe that off just a bit. Okay? So you want a straight line. Looking over here, yep, same thing, straight line. If it weren't, you'd want to adjust that. So you don't want it, you don't want it sloping down, you don't want it going up because you're going to look weird. So as for products, what I use, I have used, over the years, I've used all sorts of combinations of things. Okay, I'm going to try to cross my legs without knocking this all over. I'm sitting on my bed, by the way. Okay, I've used all kinds of things. I'm going to show you what I have done today, but there's any wide variety of stuff you can do, and I'll try to show you some other examples. What I am actually using right now is Smashbox. Okay, and it's called, what is this called? Brow Tech. And what that is a combination of a wax and a matte pigmented powder. That matte pigmented powder is essentially just a highly pigmented eyeshadow, essentially. And it's very matte. There's no sheen, okay, it's not sheer, it's very dense and highly pigmented. Now this is what I'm using for this, but you know what? There are lots of other cheaper ways you can do the exact same thing. For example, this wax is pretty much the exact same consistency of chapstick. So if you were to get a plain chapstick, not one that's minty, it's going to make your eyes water, plain chapstick, it pretty much does the exact same thing as this wax. Hey Des, okay, try to stay down there, okay kitty? Good boy. As for the powder part, you can use any really densely pigmented matte powder. So I've grabbed a couple out of my makeup bin just to give you a couple of other examples. For example, Rimmel, really affordable drugstore brand, the one that Kate Moss vlogs, and although I don't promote the fact that she's making money in spite of her cocaine use, her product line that she's selling is pretty damn good. So this is just a matte shadow. Oh, hey Des. There's a kitty right here. Hang on. Hello, kitty. Say hello. Hello, kitty. Oh. See, I always make time for the cats. Can't help it. Hey. Little buddy. Here. Okay. Oh, I like this song. These guys are Portuguese. Okay. Sounds sounds like Sade. I don't know if you can hear that. I don't know if you can. It's called Betty and Steph. Really cool band. I digress. So you could use something like that. Another one that's really easily accessible, that is good and matte and highly pigmented, which works well for brow. This one's L'Oreal. The lid is long since snapped off. It's a bit loud. And this one is Deep Mocha. Now these colors are back from when I was brunette because, as some of you may know, I changed my hair color just about as often as I changed my underwear. Possibly more often. Not that I don't change my underwear a lot, that's not what I meant. Yeah, so this one is called Specialized Mono Eyeshadow, and this one is in the color of Dusk. This one here. Oh, sorry, no, I've done it again. Sorry. That was the Rimmel one. This one's Deep Mocha.